This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
During Mass, my mind wandered more than usual. Most likely, Mike and Debbie had fallen asleep in the car after drinking too much. I felt confident the family car would be parked in the driveway after church. Hurrying back, I expected to see our '63 Plymouth Belvedere, with the unhooked odometer and nasty muffler, back home safe and sound. To my surprise and mounting concern, this was not the case. On a recent trip back to Mascoutah, I heard that my mother had written letters to Mrs. Reese, one of Mom's best friends who lived across the street, after she and Dad moved away. Maybe those letters might shed some light about my mother's life during this time, something I knew very little about because Mom rarely spoke about herself. Mindy and I stopped to speak with Mrs. Reese. I hadn't seen her in almost 5 decades, but she still lived in the same house. We entered her back door and sat in her cozy kitchen around the table, just like Mom used to do, bringing her own tea while Mrs. Reese drank coffee. Her memory was sharp, and she remembered Mom ran to her house while I was at Mass. She described that morning. "Your Mom was in tears when she came to the door, hysterical that she hadn't heard from Mike. She knew something had happened from the premonition during the night of him having a car wreck. We sat and prayed together." I'd never heard this before. Throughout our ordeal, not once did I see my strong, resilient mother panicked or in tears. Always in front of my siblings and me, she was calm, comforting to us and our friends, carrying on with her usual chores. After Mass, my sister Cecilia and I began calling classmates. "Have you seen Mike or Debbie?" we asked. After several calls, we were having no luck. Cecilia, one of Debbie's classmates and a good friend, contacted a few of their friends with the same results.